Come on. Wish me luck. Come on, everyone. Come on. There's, oh my God, I got a bite. Right on cue. My left arm rod's just pulled down. Thank you. Yeah, I know, look at it. I need to grow up. Stop playing around in mud. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the mighty Bristol Channel. Bing. Oh, I know, we've got a chance of a Thornback Ray. So what I'm going to go with is some squid and some fish baits. Just like that. Riot bait squid, riot bait mackerel. Fish baits. Nice cheap session. I've also got a wrap of blacks and I've got some herring. Fish baits all the way. Simple stuff in the Somerset sunshine. Come on, son. Oh, buddy. The good thing about fishing a low water mark here is you don't get hassled by dog walkers. This beach is full. I walk through the dunes and there's probably 100 dogs on here. It's 7 o'clock this morning. Yeah, it's a hot spot, all right? Right, rig-wise, on sale now. Only joking, it helps me out. It's quite a dear hobby, this. I think people think naturally, if you do YouTube videos, that you make lots of money, like Mr. Beast and all these other KSI and all these gamer guys. But fishing, nah. So every little thing that I can do around my YouTube helps me out massively and enables me to come out fishing like today before work. As I've still got to work, believe it or not. Getting paid 20 or 25 pound a video from adverts means I've still got to work because it takes me 6 hours to edit and a day to film. But as you know, I don't do it for money, obviously, or I wouldn't be able to do it. It's a hobby and I love it. And thankfully, quite a few of you enjoy my videos. So together, I think we're a great team. Anyway, back to the fishing, that's what you're saying. I have a 6-ounce gripper to a splashdown. To an 80-pound rig body, to a bead, a pulley bead, a bead, to a 70-pound hook length with a 4.0 J hook and a 4.0 circle held with my magic tubing. You know this, simple stuff, get the bait out there and nail it to the deck. We have a chance of a bass today, but yeah, mainly fishing for thornbacks. The gift that keeps on giving around here, to be honest. Quite a few people don't like thornbacks. Ooh, I love them really. From 1 o'clock, we've got a weather warning. Why wouldn't we? You know how it goes. Still got my cut on my finger. I was supposed to bring some tape or a glove to put on it, but how you all doing? You doing all right? You looking out for yourselves? I hope you are. We've got a chance today. A chance for a nice bass as well, I reckon, on these tides. Don't worry, I'm going to leave the bait out in the sun for a bit. Be right. Couple of casts. That sun's quite warm today. It's beautiful, hey? Spring is here. Naturally, the clocks have changed. And last night it was light. We've done that classic, look at it, it's still light. Still light out. Brilliant, eh? There you go, come on. Nice big Joey. Tie this one off. Still frozen solid. There you go. There you go, everyone. Look at that. So an hour and a half after low, for me, it's a great time to start fishing. As I've done before, from now, for about an hour and a half to maybe 2 hours, I'd expect to get most of the fish, if we're going to get any. I like to fish from an hour after low to about 3 hours from high, so it's only about an hour, hour and a half. But I find normally you can catch fish all the way up. But in years gone by, there used to be a time when the sandbank covers out there and the fish come through. Bang, 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 bang for an hour, hour and a half, go up round the river, especially if they're cod. But as you know, it's April and we've not really had any cod this year. But fawnies, congers and bass normally can feed all the way through. But I still like to be here and fishing an hour and a half after low. Right, what I'm going to do now is plop this out there. Nothing fancy. If I whacked it in that tide rip, even with a 7 metre tide, it will pull straight round. So I'm just going to drop it out there. Hopefully pick up a fish on the bank. Whoa, that sun's bright, everyone. But I've got a tripod stand shadow on me. Whoa. As we've done before, the tide's running from my right to left, up into Burnham-on-Sea. So what I need to do, even though it's a small tide, is flick it up to the right, let a little bit of line out, even at 20 or 30 yards out. As you can see, I've got my rods quite far away from the water today, just because I'm going to try and keep everything out of the shit. And there we are. Whole Joey, probably, I don't know, 20 yards out. Perfect. Yeah, nice. Ratchet's on. Already got mud on the rod. It gets everywhere. Sometimes it flicks up. The worst thing for me is, because I use multipliers, is if I put the butt on the floor, I get mud all around that area. And I touch myself. I don't mean it. That sounded bad. Touch my face and I get mud everywhere. Anyway, let's get the second rod out. This time, I'm going to put a double squid out in the tide run. One in and one out. if you did buy some of my rigs, this is how they turn up, ready to go. Look. I don't use loads of plastic. I put all 5 rigs in one big bag, held with ties like this. I don't like loads of discarded plastic on the boot. And there you go, look, just like that. There is my Bristol Channel pulley with a splashdown, like so. Anyway, let's get squid bait in the water. It looks like most of the dog walkers are gone. It was absolutely crazy when I turned up here this morning. I walked through the dunes, I could just hear barking. There's probably 30 or 40 dogs everywhere. Right, what I'm going to do here is fish with 1 squid on my pulley. One squid on the bait needle. I'm sure you've seen this by now. I've got a cut on my thumb, can you see that? And what happens is the elastic goes down in that cut and just reopens it every time I come out fishing. Which is just beautiful, eh? Let's get this tied off. Recently I've been using quite bigger baits out here. What I'm going to do today is try smaller baits. I know I've just put a whole mackerel on that right hand one, but I'll leave that for an hour. It's just basically because my bait wasn't thawed out, it was frozen solid, and it's simple enough to just clip up a whole mackerel. But I'm going to try smaller baits. And there we go. Whole squid on a 5-foot pulley, 6-ounce gripper to a splashdown. Let's get it out there, everyone. Let's get it out in that tide rip. Right, let's go. Beautiful. We're fishing with 2. On the right hand rod, I've got a whole joey mackerel, 20 yards out. And on the left one, I've put a whole squid out in that tide run, probably 70, 80 yards out. A little flick. They're good. It's beautiful. As I explained earlier, if I am going to get a run of fish, it should be now for about an hour, hour and a half. Then I could pick up the odd fish all the way up to high water. I'll probably fish it an hour over high and then make my way off of here. On a tide like today, I could sit here all day and fish, just fish it up and down. But even I would have enough of this mud eventually. From 1 o'clock, we got a weather warning. It's going to be windy. I'm pissing down, quite frankly. So I need to be out just after high. So we've got 5 hours of fishing. Maybe 6 if the weather holds off. So we've got a chance. Anyway, I'm going to put a bait on that spare rig just in case the fish come through. What I'll do is I'll leave you on the rods. Yeah, let's do some fishing, everyone. Let's do some fishing. What I'm going to do now is bring the mackerel one in. As you know, I just put it out there because my bait was frozen. It's just simple to get a bait in the water. It's been fishing for 20 minutes. I've got a squid bait there ready to go. Yeah. Right, let's walk down. And there we are, as expected, untouched. Looking good. Sometimes you can pick up a bass on mackerel in close. Ooh. Remember, keep everything off of the floor. I've got mud on my seat box because I've got mud on my arselet. See what I mean? Right, let's check this out. Let's get this out there, hey? Double squid on my 5-foot pulley. Let's get it out in that tide on a 7-ounce gripper. Let's go. Nothing fancy, a gentle little flick. There you go. Even though it's a 7-metre tide, it still pulls like a train. So I don't need to tighten it up. Let's go. As you can see, those glass tips are eating up that tide. I probably only cast 70 yards, but normally on a big tide for me, that would be too far. Not only is the tide pool really strong, as I mentioned, we're at the inlet of 2 rivers that drains out the Somerset levels. So normally you get sticks, branches in this day and age, probably shit in sanitary towels, and it washes through your line and wipes you out. Where it's only a 7-metre tide, I can get away with fishing a little bit further. But as you can see, the sun's come out. Really warm. Well, it is April, you're saying. You know what I mean. It's been horrendous since last July. But the sun's shining for a minute, so I'm happy. Yeah, the fishing's quite quiet. As you can see, I've got a bait ready. On the right hand one, I've got blacks and squid, and on the left hand one, I've got straight squid. Hoping really for a thornback ray. It'd be right. Got a chance of a conger over high water. I've got some sardines, got some herring, and we've got some mackerel. But yeah, all I can do is fish. As you can see, the water's coming in. I've not moved the rods that way. I know you know this. Yeah. Ah, there we are. Bait's fine. Let's get it out in that tide, eh? Hit it a little bit further this time. And that tide. Mag's on full. Took them off in the cast though. A bit more tide out there. And there we go. On this one I got half a herring and half a side of squid. Get a bait out there. As you can see, the water's coming in now. It's not rushing in, it's a tiny tide, but we still need to move back. Oh. Out in that channel. It's beautiful out here. Not a sniff. It could be one of those sessions where I'm fishing for one bite, maybe one fish. I take that now. Anyway, the fishing's beautiful, the catching is really slow. if I get any action, I'll bring you straight back. As you can tell, I'm ready. I'm like a coiled spring. Got a beautiful squid bait. Ready to go out on one of my Bristol Channel pulley panels. Anyway, you know the routine. Come on. Wish me luck. Come on, everyone. Come on. There's, oh my God, I got a bite. Right on cue. My left hand rod's just pulled down. Thank you. I've actually got a bite. And there we are. Give it some line. Oh no. This fish is running. Looks like a kangaroo, this. There you go, it's running. Oh my God. We got a bite. There you go. This could be a kangaroo, everyone. There you go. Tighten it up. Come on. There we are. Come on. We're on the fish, everyone. Woohoo! Right on cue. Right, let's bring you around, yeah? At the start, I thought it was more like a kangaroo, but now it feels more like a ray. Could we have our target species? Oh. Come on. Feels like a small ray, maybe. Head shaking then. I'm not sure what it is. It's coming quite easy. Got leader. We got. We got a fawny. Target species. Come on. And there we go, everyone. It's a beautiful Thornback Ray. Oh, he's stuck on the bottom. And there we go. Hey, if you wish me luck, thank you. Yeah. God, that's a nice fish. Beauty. Didn't really fight. It's a decent fish, though. God, come here. Yeah, nice. Come on. There you go, that's a nice female, everyone. That's a beautiful fish. She is not happy. Oh. Anyway, there we are, a beautiful female Thornback Ray. Probably could be 8 or 9 pound. I'll give her a quick weigh and then we'll get her away. But there you go, in the sunshine. What more can we ask for? We're out fishing and we're doing some catching. Come on in. That fish was £9.1. Really fat female. Nice fish. There you go. Come on. What I'm going to do is put that whole mackerel out. We're about an hour before high. we've got a chance of a congaree, I'd say. Or maybe another thornback, so. Keeping the baits going in, keeping the effort up. Not raining yet. It's pretty windy. That's quite nice. I've not seen anything else caught from the two guys up from me. So we're doing all right. It's half term. So I had lots of visitors, from dogs to children, you know. So I just like to remind you, when you fish places like this, make sure your rigs are up on the rest. Don't put rigs on the floor, because half the time when you turn round, there's a dog sniffing around your seat box. You don't want a £2,000 vet bill and a photo on Facebook. Little flick, big bait. Whole Joey. Out in that tide. That's nice. Little flick. Let's go, everyone. Look at that. That's been out there an hour, virtually. Looks beautiful. Hard going at the moment. There's not many fish out there. So you just got to keep the baits going in. And if one swims by, you've got to be in it to win it. What I'm going to do now is plop this out and obviously put that in my box, because there's dogs everywhere. Let's go. Got a small bait this time. Trying to hit it a bit further. So coming up to the top of the tide, hopefully there's a congaree out there in that gutter. That's what I'm thinking. Let's have a go, shall we? I might blow it up. I don't know. There's a fish on the right hand rod. Look at that, it's just ripping off down tide. It's just stayed over. Go on, son. And now it's screaming off line. Nice, let's go in the opposite way to the tide. That's on that squid bait I've just put out. This feels like a congaree. There we are. This feels like a conger. There we go, I hooked him this time. And there we are. We're on the fish, everyone. Right on high water. Yeah, buddy. I'm just going to keep this coming. Whatever it is swimming with me. Until that point. Could be a bass. Nice if it's a bass. Coming with me. This could be a bass, everyone. Whoa. Yeah. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Not actually seen it yet. Oh, that's a fawny. Reckon? Yeah, a pissed off Thornback Ray. Oh yeah, that's a nice fish. It's very grumpy though. It's literally just spewed up this crab And I'm waiting. Look, prawns and crabs everywhere. There we go. Want to fish, everyone. This is a nice fish as well. And there you go, look at that. She is beautiful. A dark fish. She's got beautiful green eyes. She's going to show you them. Look at that. Can you see those eyes? Hopefully it focuses. What a beautiful fish. Hey, darling. It's another fish about 8 or 9 pound. I got her right in the kisser on my J hook. There's my circle on that single small squid I put out a little bit further just a minute ago. But there you go, everyone. There's my second beautiful Thornback Ray here on the mighty, and then he said Chesil, Bristol Channel. Let's get her away. Come on. And away. There we are. Just coming up to high water. That's our second beautiful Thornback Ray. I didn't weigh that one. Probably about 8 or 9 pound. A beautiful fish in the spring sunshine. There we are, at that tide line. Mags on full, nothing fancy. Try and get it in that river. As I mentioned earlier, when we start off we cast 10, 15 yards, and as we walk back we keep casting to the same spot. The edge of that river. Believe it or not, the water out there is going the other way already, and it's not even high water. We've gone past high water. If we look at the tips, they're pulling round. We've got plenty of tide. Yeah, I like to give it half an hour back. Yeah, it's been good. Slow start. And then we got into it. 2 nice female rays. That's a good sign. That means there could be some really big ones. Some 12, 13 pounders. So it's worth coming out fishing. I've not seen anyone else catch anything. Well, there's only one person left now. The other one's just gone. But yeah. Anyway, I'll keep fishing. If I don't get anything, I'll bring you back when I'm winding them in. Do a little outro. Talk a load of shit and go home. See you in a bit, everyone. Hopefully, I can get us into maybe a bass, a conger, or even another thornback. There we are. We came out fishing and we done some catching. My rods are in now. I'm just going to clean all my stuff, get out of here. I'm quite hungry. As I mentioned, I'm going to go and get myself a sandwich and chill out this afternoon. Well, not chill out, just go home and go to work, but you know what I mean. That was a good morning. We come out with a plan, with a target in mind, and we caught those fish. So, as you know by now, my name's Wayne. This is the wonderful, the beautiful Bristol Channel, here at Burnham-on-Sea, and we caught some fish.